Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading Satellite Office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Monday, September the 17th, 2012, and here is today's After the Bell Market Summary. Well, I hope you guys are having a great trading day today, or I should say I hope you guys had a great trading day today. Today was pretty much a slow day. We did have a Jewish holiday. We do have a Jewish holiday taking place today, so therefore not many people are in front of the screens, and the market's pretty much trading slow. Well, at least for the morning session, it was pretty much slow. We did get some selling coming into the market around 1 p.m., which took us from the ES opening price around 1456, which was the level that we were grinding around for most of the morning session, all the way to a low of 1450. Here we go. Let me check real quick. Sorry about that. All the way to a low of 1450 and a half. Some levels that we were watching in the chat room, we had 1352 as S1. That worked out pretty well. And then we had 1446. Actually, we had S1 as 1553. And then we had the next level to watch was around 1446, which we didn't get there. As you can see here, the market stopped at 1450 half and had some support there. Any case, pretty much a slow day. We did have 1,951 stocks advancing. We had 4,246 stocks declining. Therefore, we did have some negative breadth in the market today. However, if you take a look at some stocks making new highs, the stocks making new highs compared to the stocks making new lows, we had 335 stocks making new highs, and we had 29 stocks making new lows. So kind of a mixed bag there. Some action in the technology sector, in the consumer goods, the healthcare sector. Technology was decent today as Apple came out, and I think a lot of people went into the Apple stores this past weekend to put the phone on hold or reserve for a purchase. So a lot of bullish action came out with that news coming out there for these Apple fiends, I like to call them. Everybody wants to buy Apple. In any case, here Apple was a stellar stock today, and continues to trade higher. Gave you some guys some nice action intraday for those of you traders that trade that stock intraday. I use it as a gauge just because it's so expensive. I'd rather trade something else cheaper. In any case, let's go ahead and take a look at the ES daily chart. You can see that trend line that I brought to you guys' attention last week. I continue to track that. That trend line comes from this right shoulder, and all I did was take this parallel trend line from right here and took it to the top of this wick that we had from that reversal candlestick from the right shoulder of the head and shoulders pattern that we broke down out of back here in May. And I'm using that as a reference level because at the same time, while some people were using this body as a right shoulder, some people could have been using the this little wick right here. So therefore you can see it's the trend line is acting relevant. So therefore I will continue to keep it on the chart. As you can see here, we have not been able to break above that trend line. At the same time, if we consolidate above the original trend line that we were tracking, all right, well, we're going to get like a nice little flag here, which could be setting us up for another move higher, or could be setting us up for a nice little bull trap right here and a move right back down. So a lot of clues that we got from today's session, and we could use this going forward to continue to guide our followers through the market. So ES level to watch on the ES looks to be around this 1450 level. As far as the top side goes, 1460. You can see we're in this little range here between 1460 and 1450. Continue to watch those levels. If you guys like to watch the SPY, any of you guys out there that trade the SPY or use the SPY to track the S&P 500, you can see here we got that nice reversal candlestick on Friday. So far we have one close below Friday's session here. We need a couple more closes to confirm that that is a reversal, and you want to see that selling pressure take place here. But we did make it to our target price, which was the top, which was the underneath bottom of that channel right there, which came from the head pattern on the SPY from back here. Let me take off the studies and everything so you can see the chart a little bit cleaner here. But comes from this part of the pattern right here. Oh, sorry. Let's see here. You have your nice little channel right here. All right, and that's the resistance area. All right, and this was the channel that we were tracking all the way back here in March. So you can see it's acting relevant right there. So in any case, levels to watch on the SPY. Let me zoom back in here for you guys. Levels to watch on the SPY looks to be around the 148 level, which is around Friday's highs, and that's to the top side. Levels to watch the downside here is going to come in around this. Actually, one thing I want to show you guys here. If we can hold above this little channel, All right, if we hold above this channel right here and we consolidate above it, and we just continue like to grind above it here, then we could be forming a nice little flag here, continuation pattern for a move higher. And if we get a move higher, if we break back inside this channel that I showed you guys was acting as resistance, then we could get a nice move up here towards the top of that channel around 151. Not saying it's going to happen this week, but just something to keep an eye on. If the SPY starts trading below 146 and holding below 146, we could come back down towards the 144 level. If you're bullish on this markets, and you're looking for these markets to continue higher, I mean, you really don't want to see the market as far as momentum trading goes. You really to the top side. That is, you really don't want to see the market give back. I would say 146. Because I mean, it could still come back down here towards 144 and still look pretty good. But I mean, as far as momentum trading goes, if we're looking for that nice momentum leg up again here, we really want to see it hold this 146 and maybe consolidate between 146 and 147.5 on the SPY, and then try to attempt to go higher. So keep that on the watch for this SPY. Let's take a look at the triple Qs. All right, triple Qs looking pretty good still here, holding pretty strong. And as long as the triple Qs can hold above, say, 69.5 level and build like a higher base, that will look pretty good. Either way, triple Qs are looking pretty healthy. 69.5 is the level to watch the downside as far as support goes. And then the high side, we have here 70.5, call it. All right, take a look at the IWM. IWM was a little bit weak today, just was holding near the lows, and we started breaking down a little bit. But then you can see we recovered here as they came and bought the close of the market across the board, just about. In any case, IWM, as long as they can hold above 84.5, get these moving averages to catch up to it a bit here, still looks pretty healthy, and keep that on watch. And let's see here. Let's take a look at the GLD. Gold pulling back today. GLD down $1.40. I'm not going to be surprised if the gold was to pull back because the dollar is kind of in the support area. We'll take a look at that shortly as well. But gold could get a pullback, maybe back down here towards 168.73 to touch that, test that 8 EMA 8 SMA. That's trending pretty strong right there. Take a look at the GDX. A lot of the GDX minor stocks held up pretty well today. We've been tracking the GDX here for the past couple weeks. All right, as we've been tracking this little downward bullish channel, and we had this nice little lovely setup in our proprietary channel analysis that that I do over here at Wall Street Trading, and that was this nice little setup right here that I highlight to you guys. I believe like in the weekend video, and that one just broke out. And this one we were buying a Newmont mining calls back here when GDX was at 46. So that's some good stuff there. It continues to look strong. We take a look at USO. USO crude oil had some selling today. They're saying it was an SPR, the Strategic Petroleum Reserves, was released or something like that. I believe it is. I believe that's what the the acronym stands for. In any case, here crude oil had a breakout. Well, the USO had a breakout over 36.5, which I believe lined up with crude oil around 98 or so. I'll take a look at the crude oil futures chart here. But I mean, USO needs to hold above 35. If it breaks below 35, we could get some selling all the way back down here towards 30, 33.5. Take a look at crude oil futures, since this is what I usually go over with you guys here. Taking a look at this, we can see that crude oil futures did break out above 98 on Thursday. All right, Friday had a nice little continuation day, gave back a little bit, but then today you see that selling pressure come right back in. I'm not sure what the news is, guys. Some people saying they released the strategic reserves. Some people are saying it's a fat finger algo. I'll do some more research on it tonight and see what I can find. But anyway, crude oil, as long as it holds above 94, it still looks pretty decent. What else do I want to take a look? Take a look at the US dollar /DX on my platform here. You see the US dollar try to get a nice little bounce today. We are at a support area, so it's not surprising that we saw some type of bounce today. If we break below 78.80 and we hold below it, keyword being hold, below 78.80, our next support level that we can go down to is 78.14 on the dollar futures, which means some of these commodity stocks can continue to go higher and the market could continue to trend higher as well. But if this dollar gets a bounce, we're going to see obviously a pullback in the market, as that has been the trade since I can remember. As long as they weaken the dollar, the market shoots up. Anyway, let's take a look at the treasuries. I want to take a look at the TLTs. A lot of people talking about the TLTs. I forgot to look over this in the weekend video. TLTs sold off pretty strong there. Could be a possible, inverted head and shoulders pattern here. I mean, head and shoulders pattern here at an angle, left shoulder, top little fake trap breakout, head, right shoulder right here. Doesn't violate that right there. So, I mean, either way, treasuries are looking weak. The decent support level to watch on the treasuries is down here towards 115. You can see here the treasuries TLT is trading below its 200-day simple and exponential moving average. And if the treasury does not recover this 121 level, We can expect possibly, bonds to sell off, yields rates to start rising. Nothing crazy, but that's usually how it works there. Either way, one thing you could track as well that I'm seeing here is this lower high, nice little downward channel that's in play right here now, and voila, we have a nice little downward channel to keep on watch here. It's kind of wide channel, obviously, but still have a little roadmap to use a little bit there. As far as some stocks go that were in play today, you could take a look at TSLA, Tesla. Closed pretty strong. I was watching this stock the whole day. It was a grind, and we did call a decent entry out in the stock around the 32.20 level. The stock traded to a high of 32.78, so about 50 cents there. Some people caught that in the chat room, and if you're following me on Twitter, I called that out on Twitter as well. You can follow me on Twitter under Ask Chris He Trade, AskChris. H is in hero, E is in Edwin, and then the word trade. All right, so keep Tesla on watch for tomorrow. Over 33, the stock could get some nice traction. Has nice volume today, held up pretty strong today in this little crappy tape we had. So definitely showed some relative strength today. And let's see here, Tesla got upgraded by Morgan Stanley this morning. The steel stock sold off today. U.S. Steel CLF, those provided some great short opportunities right out the gate on the open. Those were trading lower for the fact that steel prices, fell in China on China fears. TYC was another stock that was in play today. I did not trade this stock. I don't even know how it traded. Didn't even punch it up really. But I did have it on watch this morning. And this stock gave a perfect opportunity to the short side. Actually, you know what? We didn't have this stock available to the short side. And I was too lazy to look for the hard to borrow. So I didn't even bother with it. But I did highlight it as a short once it gave this ugly reversal candlestick on the 5-minute chart. And that worked out pretty well there. But again, I didn't participate in that one as, I didn't have it available to the short side. Starbucks, another stock that we watched today to look for a rally to short it. All right, stock was weak on Friday. That idea worked. If you take a look at the 5-minute chart, obviously the stock looks weak. So what do they like to do? Well, they like to sell it off right on the open, suck some shorts in there, then wash them out in the afternoon, then maybe fade it back in the PM session. This is a setup that usually happens to some stocks that look too obvious. When the pattern looks too obvious, if the stock was to look like it was going to break down and the pattern looked too obvious to the short side, what they like to do is sell it a little bit on the open, pop it up, sell a little bit more, than just wash everybody out that's stuck on the short side. And this is a classic example of that right here. And you can see we weren't able to make new lows on it at 10:30 and hold below those new lows. But we did have the idea work where we were looking for a rally to short in the first 30 minutes, and that took place right here. Get short around 49.70. And cover it at 49, nice little 70-cent gain, and then watch to see how it reacts off those lows. I got short the stock right in this area up here around the 48.80 area, then called it out again for another additional short when it broke below 49.70. As you can see here, the stock just dribbled down, though, really didn't break those 49.50s, as that was a 50% retracement. I don't have the Fibonacci's on this chart right here, but I put the Fibonacci retracements from this low to this high, and that was a 50% retracement around 49.50. So I know I'm moving through the video kind of fast, so bear with me. Just trying to go ahead and get this over because there really wasn't much to talk about today, so I don't want to go on a drag here. So hope you guys had a great day. I'll definitely catch you guys tomorrow in the chat room. If you want access to our chat room, make sure you go to wallstreettrading.com. Fill out the form on the right-hand side for the 14-day free trial to the chat room. If you pass your 14 days and you want an extension, no problem. Just give me a shout. Send me an email at ccooper@wallstreettrading.com. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Wall Street Trading. Follow us on YouTube, My Wall Street TV. And you can follow us on Twitter at Wall Street Trade. That is WALLST Trade. Have a great night, guys, and catch you guys tomorrow. Adios.